Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fallout. Before we begin, I do want to say I've got a slight adjustment to my recording setup, so the audio might actually sound a little better now. I would love for all you to let me know, give me feedback. How does it sound? Is this a better sound? But anyway, with that out of the way, we had previously arrived here in the headquarters of the Brotherhood of Steel. Hey, Tyrant King. And we're now, Maxon had asked us to go out and look for the source of the super mutants, which we've seen previously, but not with this character. So, first thing I want to do, though, is we just got Maxon's log, I believe. Okay. Yeah, this is the one he gave us, I believe. Was it? Hold on. Yeah, that was the mutant transmission. That was the ancient Brotherhood disc. Yeah, that's about. Yeah. This is the one we need. I just realized I don't have my glasses on hand, and I don't know where I left them. Nice. So let me adjust, and we're gonna read this through real fast. By my order as active commanding officer following the ultimate death of Colonel Robert Spandel during this time of crisis, the full base security team has been deployed to the security bunker at Lost Hills. This directive also includes the files of the officers and enlisted men. Unless otherwise directed from a proper representative of the War Department, this order will stand as written. Operative 1. All military personnel and their families are to vacate the base by 800... Wait, what is that? It's hard to tell apart the 8s and the 0s. Did an Iron Man challenge on a WoW private server? Wow, that sucks. But, 25th of October, 2077. All personnel traveling under command will make their way to the Lost Hills base. No leave has been granted. Operative 2. All civilian personnel are directed to remain at base, pending orders from their legal command structure. Operative 3. Equipment deemed necessary to the survival of the base military personnel is to be immediately drowned from stores. Proper authorization will follow, time permitting. Operative 4. All codes of military justice will be harshly enforced on military personnel and civilian personnel in joint military operations. Operative 5. Until such time as consent and authorized communication consistent and authorized communication can be established with the War Department, these orders will have precedence over any previously established orders. Captain Maxon, 24th of October, 2077. So it looks like before the bombs dropped, Maxon had told his military people to vacate the base they were at to go here and remain here until they could get more contact from the War Department, which they never got. Okay. I believe we had meant to go and explore a few more sections of the base. So let's go down to level 2. Or did we already explore these last time? I don't think we did explore them. Let's just go in here and talk with one of these people. I like that they have sort of a salmon-colored robe, whereas the church we saw are all wearing purple ones. Oh, is this like a classroom? I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I have a class to run. Okay. So this is where they're educating people. The rest of this is bunkhouses, and this is a medical room. I'm only in training. How may I help you? Who are you? My name is Lori. I lead the medical staff and administer all major surgeries and medical procedures. I am effectively the only doctor here, thus I prefer to keep things on a first-name basis. And you are? I'm Olyrik. It is a pleasure to meet you. Brother Olyrik. I can read. It is a pleasure to meet you, Brother Olyrik. Now, what can I do for you? Do you do operations? Because that's all I could ask. Of course, but it's very costly and time-consuming. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so, this, I know what this is. You can talk with them and get, surgical, like, you can get cybernetic implants. Are they cybernetic implants? I'm gonna go double-check just so I can get the lore. Also, I'm gonna point out, can I... Okay, I wasn't sure if these were what I thought they were. Maybe they aren't what I thought they were. Do you do operation details? Well, I can help you... I can make you stronger, more perspective, increase endurance, help improve your learning process, and increase your dexterity. Which would you like more information on? Strength. There's a long recovery time. Okay, so they don't actually give details on what it is. So, I'd assume it's the cybernetic upgrades, because later Fallout games introduce cybernetic implants. And that's very in line with what these people are, but that's a 100% assumption on my part. And it can just raise your special stats. We're not going to bother. The amount you can get is based off of your endurance. Alright. So, this one looks different than the others. Okay. Hello. Hail and shit. Everything is secure. Let's talk with the one who is not at a computer. Any info? There we go. Greetings. I have not seen you here before. Are you lost? May I be of service? What is this place? This is the library. Here we keep records of all technical data on weaponry and technology, and of course, the history of the Brotherhood. Is this where I would find holodisks? We have many holodisks here in the library. They are divided between history, technology, and weapon design. I'd like the holodisk on Brotherhood history. Well, it's good to see someone interested in our great history, unlike others around here. Here you go. This is a disc of some of the earliest writings. Thank you. Alright, let's check that out. Here, there we go. Got me some experience. Let's take a look at it. So first disc. So this is in the first game, the area that has the most written lore about it is this faction. You can tell that the writers very much liked the Brotherhood of Steel. The exodus from the accursed base was a trying time for the men of their families. While there was no radioactive fallout to contend with, they were frequently beset with the fallout of humanity. Raving bands of psychopathic marauders attempted several attacks on that noble group. The company itself was in no danger, for they wore the armor of power. Members of their families were not so lucky. Once the vermin found out they were easily repelled, they began to fire on the unarmed civilians from a distance. They took a great many casualties, yet, for every member of the Exodus that was struck down in this way, our noble brethren took 2 lives from the wasteland. Finally, the forefathers came to the safety of the bunker. Captain Maxon the Great decreed this to be our new home, and all was well. In the fullness of time, the bunker became our home, our temple, and our salvation from the terrors of the outside world. We began to build and shape our fortress into something glorious, the beauty of which the technology bereft the world had never seen before. Yet there were those who sought still more. These restless souls demanded we look to the southeast for the advanced technology that was supposedly housed there. Captain Axon warned these impudent youths that the research facility was doubtlessly destroyed when we were spared, but they would not hear his words. They took their sanctified armor and headed off to find their holy grail, but not before they spoke of the deliverer's name, or spoke the deliverer's name in vain, questioning his very bravery. These men were never heard from again. Okay, so we're starting to piece it together a bit. This group was originally based in the facility that was researching the first batch of FEV, and before the bombs dropped, they left that base to start coming here. And when they arrived here, they would stay here for like, a couple generations, and a group of people would be like, hey, we need to go back for technology, and those are the people we found that were dead. Okay. Could you tell me about the Brotherhood's history? Thank you. Can I ask him for anything else? What do you do here? I'm Vary's assistant. What is it you do as Vary's assistant? My area of specialties is the Brotherhood's history. It seems that some people around here have forgotten the importance of history. What could be more important than history? Bree seems to think that the research of new weaponry and information gathered from mutant autopsies is more important than history. She has forgotten that our history is a vital part of our lives. It has gotten so bad that many of the new initiates don't even know who Ranger Maxon is, or what exactly he did for us. Looks like he's the person I want to talk to. Got the right idea. I agree that history is important, but new technology and better weapons is what... No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say any of these, but I guess I gotta go... Yeah. That's the best option. Oh, look at that. Disassembled, Oh, the door closed on me. Come on, open the... There we go. I like the tools hung on the wall. Who's this guy? So you're the one, huh? What? Nothing, it's just that no one has ever made it back from the Ancient Order. It was difficult, but not impossible. To hear Maxon's stories, you'd think it was the 9th level of hell. Maxon? General Maxon? Not General Maxon, his grandfather, Ranger Maxon. I heard you brought back a disc that told what happened to the guys who rebelled against him and went down there to recover his lost technology. Yeah, I guess I did. I'm Olyrik. Who are you? The moniker is Kyle. Kyle. Kale. I've never met a myth before. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. It's just that no one has ever made it back from the Ancient Order. What do you do here? Fix stuff, run maintenance checks, that sort of crap. What kind of stuff? Power armor, anything else that needs fixing. Where can I get my hands on power armor? I give you this power armor right here, but it's missing its cystitic motivator. It's useless without it. Where could I get one of those? Well, I've got more than enough up in the supply room, but Michel has been, and his damn forms say that this particular suit isn't up to specs. Damn bureaucrats. What do you mean, not up to specs? Alright, you have a good night, Tyrant King. You see, the eyepiece right here, I had to resolder it in place, and it didn't look as pretty as it needed to for inspection, I guess. Huh. So if I brought you the cystatic motivator, would you fix it for me? Whoa, wait a minute there, fella. That would take a good couple of hours. I'd loan you a manual for dealing manual on tools, but you need to repair it yourself. That's fair. I'll be right back. Huh, that's funny. This is an openable container. Well, all those are searchable, huh? Let's not bother any of the people in their bedrooms. Oh, the door... Again, the door closed right as I was stepping out. I like these doors. Again, I find myself saying, I want a Fallout 1 and 2 themed item pack for Fallout 4's building menu. Oh wait, we're on level 3. And I think we were already exploring a level 4 previously, yeah. Nothing much worth poking around in up here. So let's go and see if we can't get the stuff to get our own armor. Okay, and how are you today? Could you possibly help me? I don't think... Oh, wait. I'm looking for a cystatic motivator. There it is. Do you have the proper authorization? Kyle sent me to get the part. Kyle, is this about that junked power armor? Yes. You can tell him that when he gets that unit back to its original glory, then and only then will he get the authorization he needs. Goodbye. Uh-oh. Did I think I might have locked myself out of getting it from him the correct way. Okay, I'm not allowed in that room. I think I might have just screwed myself. Something I like about the way this room looks, you know, I was going to talk about how this looks like something from a later game, but I think it makes more sense if when I play that game, I point it out. Wrong floor. Alright, let's go this way. Uh... No, I told him you sent me and he wouldn't give me the part. No shit, and here I thought you were smart. I told that guy had I told you, that guy had official forms for brains. What can I do if you won't give it to me? Or I was just trying to talk it out him. Well, I gotta give you credit for that. But I think that you blew your chance with getting it from the supply room. You'll just have to find another way to get it. Or find yourself power armor somewhere else. Where else can I dig one up? Well, Rambus has a couple of them. I wouldn't ask him for one, though. Only the honored are supposed to wear these power armor suits. Besides, I think he has an unnatural attachment to them. Alright, thanks a lot. Yeah, no, we're not planning on fighting anything. We're just gonna go and mark off the base on our map, so maybe we don't need the power armor yet. I'm looking forward to going further in the Fallout series eventually. Alright. Now we're gonna go up. To the surface. Let's drop a save, that way if we die in a random encounter we don't get fucked over. Or hold on, first let's get our weapons back on hand. Let's call this one back out. And let's set off. So, originally I was planning on trying to go off and like complete most of the side quests of the game. I've since decided I'm not going to do that. Simply because I'm not enjoying this a lot. I don't dislike this, it's just not super fun to me. I prefer the style of the later Fallout games more. I'm more of an action RPG guy for the most part. Unless it's a really, really well made not. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, this is gonna go well. Ha! He killed his friend. Oh, son of a bitch. We're not dead yet. And we escaped. Okay, there's the base. And now let's run. And now let's go back to the Brotherhood. So you can see we've found every location on the map now. I love the story of Fallout 1. I'm not a big fan of the gameplay. It's a very, very rudimentary isometric RPG. You know what I mean? It doesn't achieve the things that I like an isometric RPG to. Like, God, I'm trying to think of isometric... I mean, it's fair. Like, this game came out in the fucking 90s, which was what I'd call the experimental era of these kinds of RPGs. And it wasn't until... I wouldn't say it's till the late 2000s where you started to get the style of these refined really well. You know what I mean? Like, I know I have examples of isometric RPGs I enjoy, I just can't think of any in my head right now. Huh. I'm just drawing blanks. Oh, wrong floor. I want to go to the ground floor. So let's go talk with our buddy.
What do you got?
I saw the base. It's crawling with mutants.
Finally. Well, this'll get the elders off their butts. We'll fortify the fortress and surprise those damn mutants.
You can't play defensive on this one, Maxon.
So, what is your alternative?
It's obvious something needs to be done. It would be best if we attack the mutants before they attack us. We're going to need the elders on our side for this one.
Not a bad plan. Tell you what, let me go try and beat it into the elders. No guarantees, but I'll try.
Alright. The elders have called a meeting. They wish to meet you, wish you to meet them in the conference room right away. Okay, thank you. We gotta level up. Ooh, we can pick a perk. Awareness. Better criticals. 20%. Ensuring that more damage. Nah. Bonus move. More. Look at Spore Search are new and interesting. Oh, this increases your odds of finding unique encounters. Faster healing. Flower Child. Evo. More criticals. Mutate. Mysterious Stranger. Night Vision. Presence. Quick Pockets. Rad Resistance Ranger. Sharpshooter. Smooth Talker. Snake Eater. Strong Back. Swift Learner. Toughness. I think I'm gonna go with... I think the rate of fire will give me enough to get a second... Will it? You know what? I think I'd rather go with more damage than more rate of fire. And we got 12 skill points. I'm gonna dump them all into my science. I'm probably building a very unoptimal character, by the way. Alright. Oh, of course, I have to walk over here. The meeting will come to order. All elders are present and have agreed to hear out the claims of Brother Olyrik. We shall determine what actions shall be taken. Brother Olyrik, tell us what you have seen in the north. Elders, during my expedition, I found a military installation being used by mutants. It's heavily guarded and patrolled regularly. And what do these mutants look like? They are large humanoids. Their muscle mass is well beyond that of what a regular human could ever grow. There appear to be several of them guarding the gates and organized troops. What threat do you assume these mutants pose? Just as the Brotherhood has been gearing up for battle, the mutant army has been preparing for something big. Frankly, your report has not shown us any proof that they are a threat to us. What proof do you have that they have hostile intentions? They have invaded Necropolis. They won't stop there. So by these actions they are taking, is it feasible that they will eventually come here? It is possible that they are already on their way here. The Brotherhood is the only real opposition they could have. What do you suggest? A preemptive strike at their military base? Yes, I don't want them to know we are coming, though. A small team would stand a better chance of getting into their perimeter without being detected. So be it. You shall have 3 paladins of my choosing to meet you at the military base to help you get inside. Elders, thank you for your time. Best of luck to initiate. Let's see if we can't get permission for better armor. I figured they would approve me to get better armor.
Hello again, Initiate. Sure. Then get out.
Oh, shit. Where's the guy I need to talk to get better armor? He's got to be on floor 3 somewhere, right? Now that I blew one way to get it. No one pops as like the guy who would give me armor. Oop. Maybe I have to talk to this dude? Maybe it's this guy over here. Low-key, I might stop looking after this, or I might look it up in between episodes. That would probably make sense, because we're about an episode length.
May I help you?
Can I ask you a few questions?
I am Rhombus,
Tell me about yourself.
head of the Paladins. I train those willing to learn.
What do the paladins do?
The scribes copy the plans for the weapons, and the knights make them. The many covet our technology. I am Rhombus, head of the Paladins.
Can you teach me some
train
stuff?
those stuff? I could teach you how to fight, if you had any ability. But the High Elder decreed no training of new recruits until the threat of invasion passes.
Why has he stopped the training?
It takes too long. I spend my time improving those already trained.
You know...
Right. Explain yourself, Initiate.
I'm sorry, I didn't know this is
Then
your...
leave, and I will forget.
Ooh. Okay. He got angry that I was in his room. Alright. So, that's been an episode. We poked around the Brotherhood's territory a little bit. We got ready for our next mission. Between episodes, I'm going to figure out where I can get the power armor. And I will see all of you... next time where we'll prepare for our invasion of the Super Mutants base over at, the military base. I'll see all you then. Ta-ta!